Today we have an exciting tutorial on how to paint a beautiful coneflower, also known as echinacea. So let's dive right in. Before we begin, let's go over the basic silhouette and shape of this flower. We'll be focusing on one angle and one point of view. The first thing we'll paint is the center of the flower. It gives a nice focal point to your artwork. For the center, we are going to use a jelly bean shape and using the colors brown and a touch of orange. Being sure to leave a white opening and later lifting some of the color on the top for the highlights. Now let's consider the placement of the petals. You can try drawing the lines that direct towards the center of the flower. The bottom parts of the petals should form a rounded fan shape instead of a straight line. Once you have the direction figured out, you can go ahead and place the petals. If you find it a bit challenging, you can even sketch the petals within the silhouette first. Remember, these flowers are not densely packed, so avoid overcrowding the petals. It's okay to have some gaps here and there. In fact, it adds delicacy to your paintings by including negative spaces. Once you're comfortable with drawing the petals, it's time to move on to the colors. For this flower, we'll be using violets. I'm using the tip of my brush, touching the center of the flower, and then dragging down with a curved shape. Being sure not to overpack the petals, leaving the negative spaces to create a beautiful transition. Remember that keeping the negative spaces within the center of the flower will prevent it from looking too heavy. I chose purple for my echinacea and using a bit of a darker hue of purple for the shading. And I'm just going to drop in the shading and keep it a little bit darker. The stem, I have mixed up a green color and a bit of the permanent red. This has given me a really beautiful green, and also adding a little bit of sap green to that for a bit of dimension. I'm keeping my stem simple because I still want the focal point of this artwork to be the flower. To complete the painting, you can add details and highlights. Use a smaller brush. I have lifted off the color of the top of the center of the flower to create the dimension, and then with a smaller brush, adding the detail. You can add dots and some flashes, some flicks, and it will add your dimension. Be mindful of the light source and add your highlights accordingly. Make any necessary adjustments or touch-ups. You can add more flowers, more leaves, more composition, more shading. Don't be afraid to experiment and make it your own. And there you have it. You've successfully painted a beautiful coneflower. Thank you for enjoying this tutorial. Remember, practice is key, so keep exploring and honing in your skills. Feel free to share your creations with me on social media and the rest of the community. Tag me where you want to. Let me know in the comments down below if you tried this flower. What is your favorite flower? Thanks for watching. Happy painting, and I'll see you in the next video.